if we could just walk through them with the jury, please. November the 18th, 2021. I meant to go in chronological order.
That was all one day.
Sir, we're going to go back in time to November the 29th, 2021. Scott, can I get 2-12 Delta? Can we scroll that through that for Mr. Grossman and counsel, please?
Yeah. Yes.
Sir, is that an accurate depiction of a text exchange between you and Kouri Richins on November the 29th, 2021?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit 2-12 Delta.
No objection.
States 2-12D is admitted.
And Your Honor, publish it, please.
Yes, sir. Water. Yeah, no problem. Grab a glass and there's cold water in there for you. You can just put it back up there.
Thank you, Scott. Scott, can I get 2-18 Delta, please? Can you please scroll through it for Mr. Grossman and counsel? Sir, is that an accurate depiction of a January 9th, 2022 text exchange between you and Kouri Richins?
I mean, I think so. I didn't necessarily recognize some of it. I saw the word dope sick in there. That doesn't, I don't know that that's, can you scroll back up to that one?
Yes, sir.
That just doesn't seem like a topic of conversation of ours, but, or it doesn't seem like a word I recall.
Other than that word, does it appear to be an accurate depiction?
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's a TV show. Yeah.
Your Honor, the state moves 2-18D into evidence
No objection.
States 2-18D is admitted.
and to publish, Your Honor.
There you go.
Thank you, Scott. Can I get 2-27 Delta, please? Please scroll through it for Mr. Grossman and counsel. Sir, is that an accurate depiction of a February the 14th, 2022 text exchange between you and Ms. Richins?
It is.
Your Honor, the state moves 2-27D into evidence and
No
to publish.
No objection.
227D is admitted. One moment. There you are.
Appreciate you, man.
Scott, can I get 2-29D, please?
Look at this as they go through.
Okay, okay.
Will
Sorry.
you go back to the beginning, Scott?
Your Honor, I'm sorry, it seems we're frozen up again.
No problem. Let's fix it. 1 second, Mr. Grossman. witness has the document.
Sir, did you recognize that as a February the 15th accurate depiction of a text exchange between you and Kouri Richins?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state moves 2-29D into evidence.
No objection.
2-29D is admitted.
Man.
Scott, can you please bring up 2-31D? Sir, is that an accurate
Yes.
depiction?
Yes.
February 19th text message?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, the state moves 2-31D into evidence.
No objection.
2-31D is admitted.
Sir, do you know Kouri Richins?
I do.
How do you know her?
I've known her for, I don't know, a decade probably at this point. We met in South Carolina. She was flipping a house, and I answered, and a help wanted ad.
Then did you come to know her in South Carolina through helping her flip homes?
I did.
Did there come a time you moved to Utah?
Yes.
When, sir, was that?
It was just as COVID was kicking off. So 2020, I believe, or early in the year.
And why did you move to Utah?
To work with her, help her flip houses.
And when you moved to Utah, where did you stay?
Initially, I stayed at a flip that she had acquired in Heber. I had my dog with me. We'd do live-in flips, me and the dog. Yeah.
Other than accommodations, did she pay you for your service?
We didn't have any contractual agreement. She took care of me. I lived for free. She gave me money whenever I needed it. I liked her, so I'd worked for free. Not that she didn't, pay me. She did from time to time in lump sums. And
Did she also give you a truck?
yes, she bought me a truck. 2 of them. Bought me one, traded it in, got another one at one point. Didn't trade it in, gave it to her mother. Yeah.
Did, sir, there come a time when your relationship turned romantic?
Yes.
About when?
Same time, just before driving to Utah.
So right about the outset of COVID.
Right.
Scott, can I get Exhibit 3-1, please?
The witness has it.
Thank you, Your Honor. It's been admitted. Can we publish it? Scott, can you zoom in on the top portion? Thank you. Mr. Grossman, do you recognize that document before you?
I know what it's alluding to. I know of it, yes, sir.
And did you know about a trip planned to the secret St. Martin's Resort?
Yes.
So I want to take a look at the passenger name line. There's some initials there. RG with a birth date of 9 December 1982 and a gender of male. So are those your initials?
Yes.
Is that your birth date?
Yes.
Perhaps obviously.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you. Did you and Kouri Richins at some point plan to go on this trip?
Yeah, she... I think that was a birthday present. I remember seeing a text or something. She sent it to me. We didn't discuss it much, but it was there.
Thank you, Scott. During that time that you were romantically involved with Miss Richins, did you love her?
Yes.
During that time, did you feel that she loved you?
Yeah. I have a tendency of going head over heels, though, probably more than most. So, you know, I think she did.
Did you exchange text messages with Kouri Richins?
Yes.
From the time you moved to Utah, about how often?
Daily, unless she was mad at me, or vice versa.
What topics on those messages did you discuss?
Same thing you would discuss with your best friend, plus house flipping stuff. Life.
I
It's street
objected.
drugs.
I objected to hearsay. The court ruled that I had opened the door and allowed him to elicit that hearsay evidence.
Yeah, in
Once it's-
fairness, you're skipping the first step. You opened the door and crossed to
I
this
just said
topic.
that. I just said that.
Right,
that
but
you,
I want to be clear.
Okay.
It's not just an allegation that you did. You did.
Okay.
Then Mr. Bloodworth went into it.
Okay, absolutely. I was trying to convey that. I'm sorry if I didn't do it correctly. I was not trying to skip any step. You ruled that I had opened the door. You allowed him to elicit what would typically be hearsay evidence because I had opened the door. Now it's in. Now this witness has said on the stand, no one's ever told him that Eric used illicit drugs, and that is not true.
Illicit street drugs. Please be precise.
That's what these are. He's
Well,
claiming.
we don't know one way or the other. Would you like an opportunity to voir dire Cody Wright about that, consistent with the court's motion in limine ruling from January?
I'm happy to voir dire him if it helps the court with your ruling. It is my position that at this point, I'm entitled to impeach him for making a statement in response to the state, elicited by the state, that no one's ever told him Eric used illicit street drugs. Here I have testimony that is contrary to that. I have a right to impeach him on that. I'll voir dire him on whatever you want, but it is my motion now that I be allowed to go into this because the state has put it there. They've put it out there. I have a right to impeach that he just testified falsely and inconsistently with what he said at the prelim. And it's very important, Your Honor.
If he, in fact, said something impeachable, you have the right to impeach him.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm not sure that he did yet. Why don't we get to that point? Mr. Bloodworth.
Your Honor, certainly we can voir dire him. I think if the court reads further down in the preliminary hearing transcript, counsel asks,
You know I don't have that ability, so if you could cite me to it.
oh, do you not have, I'm sorry.
No, I don't have control over what they're showing me.
I can email it.
If there's a docket entry you want me to look at, I know that it's in the docket.
Sure, it's page 61 that I thought was on your screen. It's on my screen.
So
It is now, yeah.
the bottom
So
of
at the
page
bottom
60.
of page 60, I guess we just read from the middle of page 60.
60, line 15 through 25.
Correct. If
Yeah.
the court keeps reading to the top of page 61, Cody Wright says he has no idea what Red Devils were.
He says prior to that he is very aware that Eric took pain pills in high school. He says that clear as day.
Why don't we just ask him what he knows?
We can, but
Oh, you don't want that. You want to just use this.
I want to use this, and I want to do it in front of the jury. I
But
don't
you
want to
want
give a
to, you don't want to
chance.
just put it in. You want to ask him questions about it, right?
No, I just want to. I want to impeach him with this document only.
You
That's
don't
it.
have any foundation that Red Devils are illicit street drugs, though. So you need that foundation
Pain
for
pills
this.
would be.
But that's not illicit street drugs, and that wasn't the question. This is an important difference. Nobody's asked this gentleman
Your Honor,
or shown that
If you buy pain pills,
please
I'm
don't
sorry.
speak
I'm
over
sorry.
me
I'm
so
sorry.
that you have a clean record.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
If there is an impeachable statement by this witness as to whether he's aware that Eric Richins took pain pills at any point in his life, this would be directly relevant to that. But we need a non-speculative foundation for the idea that Red Devils are illicit street drugs.
So the pain pills that they're talking about, if they are
Who's
taken,
they?
if that is being referred to in this prior statement, the
Red
pain
Devils.
pills that, well, he says pain pills, and then he says Red Devils.
Okay.
So my understanding, according to this, is that Mr. Wright doesn't know what Red Devils are, but that's what they called them in high school,
Seems accurate.
which is clearly saying these were not doctor prescribed, these are illicit drugs that he's using in high school. So,
No, there's some distance between a nickname called Red Devils and illicit street drugs. And I don't know what the Red Devils he's referring to are, but it doesn't automatically mean they're illicit street drugs.
if you use pain pills without a prescription, that is illicit street drugs.
It is not, and you know that to be true.
I disagree, Your Honor.
It might be diversion of a prescribed substance, but it's not illicit street drugs.
They've certainly heard testimony from Mr. Crozier that he's selling oxycodone on the street that came from prescriptions. That's illicit street drugs.
I'm not sure you want to take that position going forward, but I don't endorse it in any respect. Certainly, we know that diversion of prescribed legal medication is different than purchasing on the street prescription medication is different than purchasing non-FDA approved substances on the street. There is a range of conduct here, and the question asked by Mr. Bloodworth was specific.
Can we read back? Can we get it read back, what he asked? Do we have the transcript of the exact statement that Mr. Bloodworth just asked him?
State courts do not create transcripts.
I think we have someone doing it live right now.
When you say we, who are you referring to?
Ms. Payer,
She's not a court employee. I don't know what you're referring to.
if you can give me 5 minutes, I can email her and get the exact statement.
Sure. While that occurs, I'm going to use the restroom. We'll take a recess until 10:35.
Let's turn briefly to Eric Richins' estate. Did you analyze the value of Eric Richins' estate?
Yes.
What material did you study in this analysis?
The insurance policies, the life insurance policies, including there's a life insurance two life insurance policies that Eric and his business partner had on each other. So there's the company, the documents that relate to that, the bank accounts, the documents related to the house where the family lived, and his bank account statements.
Are the bank accounts de minimis in relation to Eric's interest in C&E, his life insurance, and his home?
Pretty much, yes.
Let's set those aside then.
Right.
How is Eric Richins' interest in C&E, or how was Eric Richins' interest in C&E determined upon his death?
It's based on the value of those life insurance policies, so it's basically $2 million.
It's exactly $2 million, wasn't it?
It's exactly $2 million, yes.
Scott, can I get 7-28 Delta? Ma'am, do you recognize this document?
I do.
Did you prepare it?
I did.
What material did you use to prepare it?
The insurance policies of each of these insurance policies, the applications for a couple of them, the claim information, and also the payout of these policies.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit 7-28D.
Objection.
7-28D is admitted.
Ma'am, what again is this?
This is just a simple list of the different life insurance policies. I have not included the buy-sell agreement policies, the $2 million that benefited Eric's business partner, but these are the others.
Scott, if you could please highlight the claim paid, the policy amount column. Does this show that Eric Richins had $2.2 essentially $1 million in insurance upon his life?
Yes.
Scott, can you go to the claim amount paid? What, ma'am, does this column, what information, ma'am, does this column present?
So for each of these policies, there was a specific amount paid. Like the top one is related to the house, and so it paid 70% of the existing mortgage, not the second, but the first. The things that I've highlighted in green are the 3 policies that were paid directly to Kouri Richins. The others were paid, the $500,000 was paid to the Eric Richins Trust.
We'll come back. So, well, summing up the amounts of insurance paid to Kouri Richins, was that $1.36 million?
That's correct.
Thank you, Scott. We spoke earlier about Eric Richins' premarital home.
Yes.
What was the approximate value of that home?
I think it was about $1 million, give or take.
And it was encumbered by the $250,000 HELOC that Kouri Richins signed for.
That's correct.
And was there an outstanding mortgage that was 70% satisfied by life insurance?
That's right.
We talked about the $1.3 million in life insurance proceeds that Kouri Richins received upon Eric Richins' death. Did you trace how she used those proceeds?
I did.
Scott, can you bring up 7-31D? Ma'am, do you recognize this document?
I do.
Did you prepare it?
I did.
What material did you use to prepare it?
I looked at Kouri Richins' America First Credit Union accounts and also Kouri Richins' UCCU account where she deposited the $1 million. And I guess that's it.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit 7-31D.
No objection.
State 7-31D is admitted.
What, ma'am, does this present?
So on another schedule, I've listed every single transaction that I've traced back to the 3 deposits of insurance proceeds. And so the first line of this shows on June 16th, 2022, she got a little over $1 million from the auto owner's life insurance policy. And what I sought to show is before the money came in or as the money came in, how much was in her accounts. So she had $543,000. I'm sorry, let me back up. She got the $1 million in. And then the next one down on June 25th, the $251,000 that comes in. When that comes in, what was the balance in her account before the second policy was paid? And she had $543,000 in that account. So basically she spent about half of the $1 million between the 16th and the 24th. And then on September 2nd, if you go to the third one that's paid, is that $100,000 policy got paid, and that's when she received those proceeds. And what was in her account the day before was $9,691. So that meant that she had spent the $1.2 million basically before she got that last $100,000, and then that final line on September 19th, she had $802 in her account. So that's just a look at the balances, and then I have looked at every transaction in these accounts to show, to try to understand how those proceeds were used.
We'll turn there next, but let me just make sure we understand this.
Okay?
So does this show that between June and September, 3 months between June and September, she received $1.36 million in life insurance proceeds and spent $1.36 million in life insurance proceeds?
That's what the bank account shows, and this is drawn from the bank accounts.
Thank you. Scott, can you bring up 7-29D, please?
Your Honor, we're froze up again.
My apologies. Let's reset. I need you to unplug and plug back in, Scott. Oh, there you are. I apologize. All right, one moment. 7-29D is visible to the witness.
Ms. Carrington, did you prepare this document?
I did.
What material did you use to prepare it?
The bank accounts that I just spoke of, the America First Credit Union accounts, and also the UCCU account.
Your Honor, the state moves 7-29D into evidence.
Sorry, can we just blow up the very tippy top of it, just so I can see the label on it? Thank you. No objection.
And, 7-29D is admitted.
And then, Scott, can you split screen the 2 pages? Now, Ms. Carrington, am I right that it doesn't really read left to right? It reads top to bottom.
It's a vertical, yes.
So this page on the right is really right down here.
That's correct.
Okay. What information does this demonstrative present?
So I wanted to portray the funds that came in from Eric's death, and I've highlighted, or I put in bold the different life insurance policies, proceeds that came in, and then the way those were spent. I have taken everything over $1,000 to try and be brief. Obviously, this isn't brief, but so there are a lot of transactions for, whatever, $700 or $43. Those are not on here. So anything over $1,000 is on.
And Scott, if you could go down to the very bottom, so the very bottom of page 2. What information does this present?
So this shows even without putting those de minimis transactions in there, there's 1.3, almost 1.4 use of the proceeds, or that came in, and she spent the 1.2, so she spent it all. And then my footnotes here, I attempted to do the same thing that was in that other section, my footnote 2. These are the different accounts that she had, and these are the account balances when the new insurance comes in.
Now let's just highlight, Scott, maybe the far left column on the first page. Perfect. So that shows where, when she gets a $1 million life insurance payment into the account, you then detail where it goes.
That's right.
And those are all the transactions below it.
That's right. And so you can see the money comes in, and there are some expenses for projects. There are expenses to pay debt, figure lending, green grass holding, the One Main Financial. But I can see things that do relate to what I'm thinking are projects like Rocky Mountain Dirt, Home Depot, Lowe's, et cetera, et cetera. And then you see on 6/4/22 those 5 transactions to the Utah State Tax Commission. And especially on the right, Scott, can you see that bottom one? 6/4/2022 Utah State Tax Commission, and go over, and it's $50,000, $342. Thank you, that one. That matches one of the tax liens, the state tax liens that I was talking about earlier. So that's one of them. And those other amounts could be for the other 20,000, or it could be for something else. But one way or another, those are tax payments.
Do you see that entry on 6/24/22 to Robert Grossman for $25,000?
Yes.
Are you familiar with who Robert Grossman is?
Yes, he's Robert Josh Grossman. Josh Grossman, I understand, was Kouri Richins' boyfriend during this time.
Thank you, ma'am. When you analyzed how the $1.3 million in insurance proceeds were dispersed, approximately how much of that $1.3 million were used to pay debt?
About 600,000, somewhere in there. So about half, a little less than half was used to pay debt.
Thank you.
Closer to you. It's easier to move that than the chair.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll see if that's close enough.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mr. Glover.
What, ma'am, is your name?
Carmen Lauber.
Do you spell your last name Lauber?
Yes.
It's indelicate, but how old are you?
54.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a direct support intake. I work with people with disability.
Okay, ma'am, we're gonna have to get you to, hold on.
Just pull it to the edge of the.
Get it right up, yeah, it's gonna be
I
annoying to
apologize.
you.
Okay.
Push it back a little bit.
Just like, yeah, that's like,
Okay.
it's like right here.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm sorry, again, please, what do you do for a living?
I'm a direct support intake. I work with people with disability and mental challenges and stuff.
Do you have a history of drug use?
Yes.
When did that history begin?
6th grade, I was smoking pot, and then it just varied up through junior high and high school.
How did it vary up?
Through cocaine, through pot, through mushrooms, LSD, acid, just drinking stuff through junior high and high school.
Did it continue into adulthood?
Yes.
For how long?
For quite most of my adulthood.
Have you ever sold drugs?
Yes.
Do you have a criminal history involving drugs?
Yes.
Does it involve drug possession?
Yes.
Does it involve drug distribution?
Yes.
Do you have felony convictions for drug distribution?
Yes.
Are you currently on a type of probation for drug distribution?
Yes.
And are you on a probation for a felony drug distribution?
Yes.
Is that probation in Wasatch County's drug court?
Yes.
What is drug court?
Drug court is where you go in, they give you the tools to rehabilitate yourself. They give you groups, personal therapy, one-on-one treatment. They give you random UAs. They have you complete an MRT book. Just tools to rehabilitate yourself.
When you say UAs, is that urinalysis testing
Yes.
to see if you're hot for drugs?
Yes, we would call in daily, and you would either have a number or a color. And if your color or number was called, you had to go to 5-minute clinic and do a UA.
And is the idea behind drug court that it's a rehabilitative program under court supervision?
Yes.
And that if you complete the rehabilitative part of the court supervision, there's some benefit to your pending charges?
Yes, it's a plea in advance.
Okay, and a plea in abeyance means it doesn't go down as a conviction.
It doesn't go on your record, yes.
Are you also pending charges in Wasatch County for marijuana possession and possession of a gun by a person who's prohibited from possessing a gun?
Yes.
Are you sober now?
Yes.
How long, ma'am, have you been sober?
A little over 4 years.
Is that the longest time in your life since 6th grade that you have been sober?
Absolutely. Except for the time I was pregnant. It's the only time I quit. And then I'd go back to being high. But yes, 4 years, a little over 4 years.
Ms. Lumber, I apologize for interrupting you. We're going to make a small adjustment. Turn the mic a little bit towards me. We just need to line up with your face a little better there, and then pull it forward maybe 1 inch. Okay,
I
let's
feel
try
like it's
that.
jumping out.
Yeah, you just, and you can lower it
Okay.
a little if that's a little more comfortable. There you go. Please.
Are you represented by a lawyer in connection with your testimony here today?
Yes, I am.
Are you testifying pursuant to several grants of immunity today?
Yes.
Is one of those grants of immunity in a letter from Summit County?
Yes.
Is one of those grants of immunity in a letter from Salt Lake County?
Yes.
Is one of those grants of immunity in a letter from the federal government?
Yes.
And is there also an understanding between you and Wasatch County, or at least your attorney and Wasatch County, that there is immunity for the gun and the marijuana in Wasatch County?
Yes.
And do you have those 4 grants of immunity because you have committed crimes in connection with this case in all 4 of those jurisdictions?
Yes.
What is your understanding of those immunity agreements?
With proceeding forward with the truth, and there will be no charges filed back on me.
Do you understand that they require you, in order to avoid criminal exposure, they require you to testify today truthfully?
Yes.
Do they require you to testify today fully,
Yes.
regardless of who's asking you the questions?
Yes.
And that if you don't testify truthfully and fully, you could lose all of that immunity?
Yes.
Did your lawyer assist you in getting that immunity?
Yes.
Did he advise you of the potential criminal exposure you face if you lose that immunity?
Yes.
I need you to speak up just a little.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah. I may need to remind you from time to time.
Yeah, because
It's not
it's
personal.
like, yeah, you're fine.
Did you interview with investigators before you got immunity in those cases?
Yes.
About how many times?
Six times? 6 or 7 times?
And over the course of those 6 or 7 times before you had immunity, about how many hours total did you speak with investigators?
Give or take 10, 15 hours?
Why did you speak with investigators before you were granted immunity?
Well, after they told me what I was being held for, Sorry, I wanted to make sure it was the right thing to do, if this is actually what happened.
What do you mean, if this is actually what happened?
If they told me that Eric had died of an
Objection, hearsay.
So, well,
Your Honor, if I may.
what are we, approach for? Bloodworth, please continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Lauber, I just asked you why you testified before you had been granted immunity. You started to say that the investigators told you that Eric had died. Is that right?
Yes.
Can you please pick up your testimony from there?
When they had first told me that, when they first mentioned that Eric, I already knew Eric had passed away, but when they had mentioned that it was from an overdose, that hit hard. Only for the fact that if that's what happened, I needed to step up and take accountability of my part in this that happened, or what I was asked for. At first, it took a minute to process everything. Sorry.
That's fine. Is it fair to summarize, though, that you interviewed with investigators before you had immunity, in part to take accountability for your part in Eric's death?
Yes.
Was another part of the reason you spoke with investigators prior to a grant of immunity was that you hoped you would eventually get some benefit, some grant of immunity?
Yes.
Before you interviewed with investigators prior to the grant of immunity, right, the 6 interviews over 10 to 15 hours,
Mm-hmm.
had you consulted with an attorney?
No.
Had you reviewed any materials to prepare for those interviews?
No, I was in jail. I was in, yeah.
Did you meet with your lawyer to prepare for testifying today?
No, I didn't use them. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm confused. Sorry, ask the question.
I'll ask it again. To get ready for today, did you meet with your lawyer?
No. Oh, yes, sorry, in the back room, yes, sorry.
Not just today. Let me just ask generally. To prepare, you knew